let's talk about this real quick. We have a report from Project Veritas, right? Which also just happened today. This is brand new. Now I know when I say Veritas, people like, their face twitches, and mine does too. There's some bad things they've been involved with, but there's also a lot of exposing people they've been involved with too. Like everything, you take the source and measure it for what it is, all right? And measure the information that comes out of it for what it is. But here is a report that Project Veritas put out today, specifically regarding Twitter and their CEO, known as Jack. Everybody calls him Jack from Twitter. So let's see what Jack had to say from a hidden mic and what he was talking about, specifically regarding, censorship on Twitter. Let's hear it.
You should always feel free to express yourself in whatever format, manifestation feels right. We do intend to do a full retro, as I said in my note. It is going to take some time. And then the other thing, just to close out a little bit, we are focused on one account right now, but this is going to be much bigger than just one account, and it's going to go on for much longer than just this day, this week, the next few weeks. It's going to go on beyond the inauguration. We have to expect that. We have to be ready for that. So the focus is certainly on this account and how it ties to real world violence, but also we need to think much longer term around how these dynamics play out over time. I don't believe this is going away anytime soon. And the moves that we're making today around QAnon, for instance, is one such example of a much broader approach that we should be looking at and going deeper on. So the team has a lot of work and a lot of focus on this particular issue. We also need to give them the space and the support to focus on the much bigger picture because it is not going away. The U.S. is extremely divided. Our platform is showing that every single day, and our role is to protect the integrity of that conversation and do what we can to make sure that no one is being harmed based off that. And that is the focus, and that is the color we want to provide.
There you have it. Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter, recorded by one of his own employees, an insider whistleblower at Twitter, recorded saying this is going to be much bigger than just one account, revealing some censorship. You can see our motto at Veritas, our organization protected by an army of citizen patriots. We've had over a dozen people reach out to us this week with video, evidence inside Twitter. Stay tuned. They may be private companies, but they have more power than all three branches of government. Veritas Tips at protonmail.com.
Okay, so now listen to what he said. Now this is important. Now Jack said we're going to do a full retro, right? What does that mean? What does a full retro mean? Does that mean they're going to go back and they're going to look at all the comments of the past and start scrubbing every single thing that they deem to even be remotely dangerous, right? He cited violence there. He said violence, right? And then the one account he was talking about, of course, is the president's account. I mean, so again, right? So we have this was actually recorded January 8th. Okay, and now I want to be clear that I'm not a dummy here, and I wasn't born yesterday. So that was an edit put together by Project Veritas, and so that may mean that the audio that we heard there may be slightly out of context and may be put in a blender and jumbled and fed back to us to make us believe something. All right, but I think full sentences, pauses, and things give you a little bit of context. It didn't seem like it was edited up very well, if it was at all. All right, just my opinion. We'll see as the full tape comes out, because I'm pretty sure Veritas is itching to release it and expose these people. But okay, so that's the thing. All right, now what does a full retro mean, right? And then now, in light of that, this was January 8th when they recorded that, according to Project Veritas. Then today, we start getting random people in the UFO community on Twitter losing accounts. Okay, they're able to get back in for whatever reason, but what do you think is happening here? Just throwing it out there. You think there's a correlation here, or do you think I'm just a tinfoil hatter, a conspiracy theorist that has no idea what I'm talking about, right? Because, well, That's what they would say about me. But I don't know. Do you think there's anything here that we should be keeping an eye on? I think maybe. I want to hear from you though. What do you think about this? Do you think this is a full retro? He said this is going to go on for many weeks even after the inauguration, and this is not something that's going to go away anytime soon. Those are the words of Jack from Twitter, as exposed by Project Veritas. And what do you think that means for the future? What do you think it means for the future of a show like this, right? Where we're not a violent group of people. We're not calling for insurrection or anything of the sort. However, we don't buy the left or right BS either. So you tell me. I want to hear from you. 702-957-1037. I laugh because it's not